Guys, we got some bad news. Joe Burrow is out. Joking, that's the most obvious thing ever. Yeah, he was limited again today. He's out. He's not going to be back till Thanksgiving or potentially Bills game, depending on how the next 2 weeks go. Who knows? Maybe he doesn't play at all this year. You know, we lose the next 2 games. Joe's not coming back. Jermaine Burton was a full participant in practice with that illness, so I'm going to assume that the illness is gone and he's feeling better. Obviously, he had illness starting last week, and it has gone and progressed into this week, so good to see that he is feeling better. Will he be a healthy scratch? Absolutely. Man would never be playing football for us again. Joe Flacco did not practice today, which is, again, not surprising. You have a guy who's a veteran who also has that shoulder injury still. So he's going to play this weekend. Not a real big deal. We do have Trey Hendrickson, who is still injured. Did not practice again. He is still considered week to week. No real update on him. He has a hip and a pelvis injury. BJ Hill, full participant in practice after being limited yesterday, and having a rest day on Wednesday. Lucas Patrick was limited today. He's questionable. He is a backup anyway, so if he does play, it would be on a limited snap count. But my assumption is he does play, but he's just a backup anyway. He's also our emergency quarterback. So, little side note, you never know. Samaje Perine, still considered week to week with a high ankle sprain. And he is, of course, out for this game on Sunday. Next on the list here is Shamar Stewart, who did not practice with a week-to-week injury, that ankle or that knee injury, and he is out as well. Marco Wilson also practiced in full, so he is ready to go. For their side, we still don't have the official Friday injury report update, but Scotty Miller, full participant in the last 2 days, he is ready to go. Darius Slay did not practice the last 2 days with concussion protocol. He is trending to outward. Corey Trice is not going to play. Jabril Peppers, he is most likely going to play with that quadricep injury. Although that's always, that's going to slow him up a tad bit. Cole Holcomb, limited. He'll probably play his illness as well. Alex Highsmith did not practice yesterday and on Wednesday. We'll have to wait and see. That's also another injury that is kind of interesting. I'm going to see real fast if we have an update on Alex Highsmith. Because my assumption is he'll play just because he is a veteran player. And usually those guys find a way no matter what to play if they can. But pectoral injuries are never great. It's made of paper. No. Steelers fans really ticked off about the guy, it looks like. Going through a lot. Yeah, no. It looks like he will not be playing, most likely. Based on what I've seen from Steelers beat reporters, there is a good chance he is not going to play. Okay. Isaac, pectoral, limited participant in process. Yesterday, again, he'll probably play. Then we have Broderick Jones, limited yesterday. He'll probably play. And then, of course, we have the 3 rest days for Watt, for Jonnu Smith, and Cam Hayward. All 3 of them will play. Even cheap shot Watt, that likes to take cheap shots on our quarterback after the play. And Mr. Cam Hayward, who decided to punch Joe Flacco in the ribs, and yet did not get suspended or fined for that. Gotta love how that happens and works. But, listen, if we did the same thing to him, we would have been fined. So it is what it is, Shout out to the NFL. The beautiful NFL. But, listen, we got to win. That's all that matters, is we got to win and get this W. Any way possible, anything we can do at this point, we got to win. I still got a sneaking suspicion, and I know it's crazy to say this, but I still have a sneaking suspicion our defense is actually going to go out there and play some good football. Even if there's no logic behind it, I just have this weird suspicion that our defense is actually going to come out of a bye week, feel confident, feel good. You got Joe Burrow back in the building. Even more, I think it's going to work out. Next thing, and the last thing I'll say here is I still feel like Joe Burrow needs a lot more input when it comes to these games moving forward. Even without him being on the field as a quarterback, Zach Taylor needs to give up a lot of decision-making to Joe Burrow. Because, let's be honest, Joe Burrow knows better than most coaches on this team. Actually, no, that's not true. He knows better than all the coaches on this team. So at this point, I wouldn't mind just full-on interim head coach for Joe Burrow until the season finally kicks off. I mean, this season is over with. And then we can finally fire Duke Tobin and Zach Taylor. Because at this point, for the most part, see, I don't know, because Zach Taylor has not been that bad this year at, like, play calling as much. He just really sucks at decision making. But at the same time, it is Shiesty, and I feel like no matter what, Shiesty would be such a good offensive coordinator for us. I don't know. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Just tinfoil hat, I guess, but not really.